Good day, I am Julito Anong, and in this video, me and my groupmates will discuss about engine safety interlocks. So, what is an interlocks? It is a device used to prevent something from happening in the system. Example is hitting the brake pedal or clutch of a car before shifting to another gear. Hitting the brakes prevent the car from moving forward immediately after shifting to the drive gear. What is safety interlock? Interlock device that can prevent machine operation of start-up in an unsafe situation. It prevents a machine from harming its operation or damaging itself by preventing one element from changing state due to the state of another element and vice versa. For example, another element that we are preventing to change state is the speed of the car, due to the state of another element which in this example is the car. What is engine safety interlock? Just like what I have said earlier, safety interlocks prevent operations that can harm the operator or the machine itself. So engine safety interlocks are found in the engine, which protects in the certain situation and reduce the possibility of damaging the engine and harming the operator.
There are different types of engine interlock listed as turning gear interlock, running direction interlock, and auxiliary blower interlock, starting air distributor in position interlock, and lastly, the air spring pressure interlock. So first is the turning gear interlock, and the function of it is that it prevents the engine from being started if the turning gear is engaged. But first, what is turning gear? So a turning gear is an electrically driven system to turn the engine flywheel manually in diesel engine, and it consists of a motor, gear arrangement. When engaged, the gear arrangement mounts on the engine shaft gear and rotate the flywheel by about 0.60 rpm, and it is needed for maintenance and inspection. So as soon as the turning gear is engaged, this interlock activates and stops the supply of the starting air to the engine. So if the starting air is admitted with the turning gear engaged, then the turning gear along with the motor will fly off, puncturing the bulkhead. Thus, the interlock is necessary to prevent such accidents.
Next is the running direction interlock. It is a type of interlock wherein it cuts off or prevents the fuel supply to the engine if the running direction of the engine does not match to the telegraph. For example, the running direction of the engine is ahead, but the telegraph is in astern, so the running direction interlock cuts off the fuel supply. Next is we have the auxiliary blower interlock. In this interlock, it is used to provide constant pressure turbocharging to the main engine. We all know our main engine needs a constant air pressure in order to initiate combustion. That is why auxiliary blower interlock is used to prevent low or high supply in order to have a good combustion process or good turbocharging.
The next engine safety interlock is the air spring pressure interlock. It ensures that there is enough air pressure before starting the engine, since some of the engines have their exhaust valves actuated by the air spring pressure. If the air spring pressure is not enough, exhaust valves may not operate properly when the engine is running, which is very dangerous and can harm the operator. Next type of safety interlock is the starting air distributor in end position interlock. Its main function is to prevent starting if the distributor is not yet finished in shifting. The air distributor's main function is to start the air valve by supplying air depending on the engine's firing order. Other engine safety interlocks are lube oil pressure interlock, control air interlock, safety air interlock. We also have the camshaft interlock. This is a device that prevents the engine from starting if the camshaft has not changed its end position according to the engine order telegraph. And there is also the fuel pump interlock that prevents the reversing of the engine if the fuel rack is not in zero injection position. So that is all for our video discussion about the engine safety interlocks. Thank you.